Hello everyone, we're streaming the Bughouse World Championship in the Challenger category. So we're gonna find some games to watch. Did Big Money Burp not qualify? That's weird. Okay, Heavenly Fraction. Certainly gonna be one of the stronger teams. Check my layout. Layout's good. So she's partnered to a WFM, which means probably this is a all-female team. There is a prize category for the best all-female team. So they will likely win that prize if they qualify. Lost the first game. Alright, let's find another one to watch. Okay, Joanna tries. Have they already won their first game? Okay. I don't see another game yet for Joanna tries. Anthony Chesbarain. He's going to be a stronger player here. His partner's a 1500. He says he's 1200 strength in his username. But we'll see. They may overperform, and to qualify, you don't need to have like two 1900s. Top 4 teams qualify. Okay, how do I think one thing I need to do. Okay. One thing I need to do is use these commands better. Okay, they got mated this one. Let's go find. Oh, okay. We can see them again from the start. Meg 123 playing very, very fast. Unfortunately, I can't see Radiance on the left board because of a chess.com bug that is over a year old that will probably never be fixed. But we can infer that he is above 1800 because my is 1809. On here is good. Anthony Chesbarain has a pretty decent position. Yeah, he gets to develop piece. Probably take with queen. Pretty good threat. Knight at h5 could be good. This pawn is hanging. Could also sack. I like this pawn move to get the bishop out of the way. Oh, snag the queen on the Anthony Chesbarain board. I still like. Oh, he doesn't have a knight anymore. Maybe castle. Well, taking this knight is probably going to be a thing. Or pawn in. Okay, he's putting pressure on the light squares. So I like what Anthony Chesbarain has been doing with the pieces he gets. They are down a substantial amount of time because Meg is very fast. Bishop check. Bishop takes a knight is good. Wins a pawn and gets rid of. Oh, don't like that. Okay, well, pushing the pawn. Pretty good. Queen takes, then he could snag a pawn. This could be a thing. Even queen sack, knight takes. Could be good to get some initiative. He doesn't fix that problem, but he does. Maybe bishop, new bishop at f4. He's just moved his bishop. He's saving his other bishops. You could sack. Could sack and then drop something new like knight at f6. I think the time of disadvantage is going to be too much for them. Just pawn that. Austrian can just form a wall here. 1200 strength is probably going to be overwhelmed by my... so 1200 strength has a lot of pieces, and he should try to get them on the board. So bishop at a6 is one example to tempo the queen. Or he could just liquidate this knight first, even if he has to sack his queen. He has all these pieces. He has to get pieces on the board. Bishop at g7, maybe. Got to get new pieces on the board. That is a terrible, terrible move. Now bishop at f6 would be crushing. Now bishop at d4 would be crushing. That is also crushing. Got to sack the queen, or something to land on h7 like a rook. Bishop at g7. So these pieces are hurting Anthony Chess-Bahrain a lot. Got to get more pieces on the board. That's a good place for the knight. Maybe just a pawn at f5. That's just not going to be mate. Probably. Queen at h4 first would make it more straightforward. But you still have knight takes. And queen at g3. Even pawn at g3 probably works. Okay. Let's see who we have to watch here. Looks like Bug Chess is winning so far. Take a look at Bug Chess. I don't know what's going on here. Bug Chess's partner is 2000, which means Bug Chess is higher than 2000. So they're both higher than 2000. Maybe they started off like right near 2000 and have won all their games. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not too happy with the policies of like I'm on the organizing committee, but I'm not too happy with the policies this year. Previous years we've done extensive checks on ratings, and this year we've done less checks. We've just looked at people's current rating, and if they're under 2000, we let them in challengers. If they're over 2000, then we put them in the open section. But that just opens the door to a lot of rating manipulation. This was done because supposedly it was a lot less work for the organizers, but I think it's at the expense of the integrity of the tournament. So who are the favorites? Big Splat has asked. Oh, that's a nice move. Ooh, I would have gotten rid of this knight because this knight is scary. But I guess he's just thinking attack. Problem is he's going to run out of food. And now f2 is still a threat. I'm usually thinking defense, so I would have fixed the threat. His partner could use a pawn to win a queen. So, castle. I guess we're seeing that these guys are accurately rated because their moves are not very good. SK Russ is begging for pieces. Yeah, and I don't know why Black got rid of his best piece, which was the knight on g4. Okay, the white queen has fallen. It mates in one, and they are up time. Bug chess is going to wait. The bug chess is going to win this game. So who are the favorites this round? I know Joanna Tries and Pepe Lu are playing, so I think they're one of the favorites to qualify. Um, I'll take a look at the stand-ins to see who's in the mix after this game here. Okay, let's see who's in the mix. So this team of 2000s is on a 5-game streak. Pepe Lu and Joanna Tries are in second. This team is in third. I haven't heard of them. Let's check them out. Wait, what? Did I click the wrong thing? Like, oh, no. Okay, so they're playing against Zordi. I don't think Zordi understands the rules of the tournament because in a previous tournament, he was playing with multiple different partners, and you're supposed to have one partner the whole tournament. So I don't think Zordi. I mean, if he changes partners throughout the tournament, then he can't qualify. So, by the way, I'm typing unfollow in the console so I don't get the bug where it constantly wants to pop up a new game for people when I'm watching someone else. Okay, rook at is pretty good. Rook at check, and then rook takes, then take the rook. Actually, you could take this one now. Oh, pawn takes is mate. No, it's not mate because of the rook there. I think rook check again, then rook takes pawn. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's not mate here. I mean, like if he goes this way, a knight would mate. They are up a significant amount of time. I think he should try to avoid a draw here. So a new rook is mate. He could just take the rook. If he takes the rook, then gets another bishop. That would force king up, knight check, then king here. I think that's a decent line. Or even knight here, because it protects the bishop at the same time. Could potentially win a queen. And that keeps him moving. Seems reasonable. So here you could just play king up. Let the rooks protect each other. So that queen was going to mate. Alright. Heavenly Fraction and Plot and Pawn. Oh, they're playing WGM Adriana Nikolova. She is a streamer. She may be streaming right now. I'm not sure. I've bugged with her in the past. But she was looking for a partner right before the tournament started, so I don't think she's played very much with Austria Gray. But it's good to see her in the mix and trying. So that maneuver lost a pawn. But at least Chess Maja is moving. Okay, trying to undermine the weakness on G7. Knight check, I assume. But if king over... Oh, okay. I don't know why he went that way. Maybe just pawn at G5. And if pawn takes, bishop takes, in the knight, try to get in that way. Okay, he's going to try to make new knight work. This is less good. Bishop takes pawn as a possibility. You don't go directly for the king. I guess he has to keep defending. Take with pawn. Oh, his partner wants a knight. Queen takes knight is decent because it wins back the queen immediately. Then you could keep check with new knight check. I definitely would have sacked there. Okay, well this does a good job of forcing a knight. Take the knight, for sure. He's not listening to his partner at all. Threatens a promotion. We see the promotion. Maybe knight check, queen takes, or even rook in. So Namazora doing a pretty good job attacking, a pretty terrible job communicating with his partner, getting his partner the things that help win. Chess Maja is up about 10 seconds. Well, maybe 12 or 13 seconds. So if I'm Chess Maja, I would stall here. Because if my partner mates, great. If my partner trades in pieces, great. So rook plus knight would mate. Let's see, a bishop plus either bishop plus a rook, or would be straightforward, or a queen would mate immediately. Actually, just one rook mates. Check, over, check, check. So one rook mates. And do fun stuff with knights. Oh, that queen. That's all she wrote. Alright, we're gonna look at a different game here. Let's check out the Heavenly Fraction team. They are not on streak, but oh, maybe they're on streak now. They've racked up some wins. So Heavenly Fraction is Marie Chess, who's a streamer. Is she streaming now? Oh, by the way, WGM Adriana is streaming. I should shout her out. So we looked at some previous games of hers. Okay. Next question is Marie Chess streaming? In fact, I'm just gonna go and look at the chess category and see what bughouse games I see. It's weird, I don't see very many bughouse games on the layout. I see Joanna Tries. I see me. Why don't I see Adriana? She has 13 viewers. Oh, I see her too. Yeah. Okay, so those are the three people streaming bughouse right now. So I guess Heavenly Fraction is not currently streaming, but if she qualifies, she may stream some of her matches. Yeah, big splat. It again, the rules I think are sloppy here. There was even some discussion of once someone has already qualified, can they even play additional tournaments with the same partner, which seems absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, of course not. But some of my other um, some of the other people who are organizing think that that would be a good idea to allow that because they say it's hard to prevent it. As in order to prevent it, you need to kick someone out of the club. Um, and they think that it would make things more interesting to observe more higher level games. But I'm not concerned about observing high level games. I'm concerned about the integrity of the tournament. And I think it creates perverse incentives where if you've already qualified, you could go in future arenas and try to prevent better teams from qualifying, um, and try to help worse teams qualify to make it easier to win the tournament. So these are things that I don't think the other organizers are taking into account. Because this is like a money tournament, and if people are allowed to get some advantage through unethical means, I think they very well may do so. Okay, so Heavenly Fraction. Oh, okay. Partner got mated because if bishop takes, then queen can take back. And Plot and Pawn ended the game with a lot of pieces in hand. The Plot and Pawn. So one piece of advice I would give newer bughouse players is if you keep finding yourself ending the game with a million pieces in hand, that means you're not dropping pieces fast enough. If you're not dropping pieces fast enough, then you should look and any move that you are not capturing a piece, you should be trying to put another piece on the board. So instead of moving a piece, you should consider putting a new piece on the board if you find yourself in a situation where you have a lot of pieces in hand. Okay, Heavenly Fraction able to take the queen with check on initiative. I might even sack that queen right back to get in here. I would strongly consider queen takes knight, but more likely save the queen. Okay, this is a good move on initiative. Rook mates. Gotta watch this rook here. Gotta move the rook one of these places. Knight will probably come up here. Bishop takes. Or no, actually can't. Because, okay, bishop takes. That doesn't give a rook. You can take that. This looks pretty good for Plot and Pawn and Heavily Fraction. The rotor screwed up there. Just laser focused on the rook. New knight here could be good. The pawn takes just to get checks in. Another possibility is just try to deflect the queen. Even just like pawn in here. If the queen moves away from this diagonal, vacates a square. Or we could try pawn in here. Right now this bishop is guarding things, so you want to try to find a way to get rid of the bishop. Heavenly Fraction trying to get rid of the annoying knight. They are up time. C Rotor says he is stalling. Okay, so Heavenly Fraction seems a little bit safer than before. So you really want to go after this pawn. Like she's trying to get her back rank a little bit. Finally this knight lands. I like this. Going after this pawn. And Mikey San did not see the threat. Hey, PKR. The arenas are working much better than last time. Yeah, so Big Splat, if you manually partner someone, you will have that same partner the whole time. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to manually partner someone before the tournament starts. If you just start playing the tournament, then it will randomly assign you the partner. And I think the way chess.com works is if you lose a tournament game, it will give you a new partner. If you win every game, then you keep the same partner. But if you manually partner, you don't have that problem. Heavenly Fraction on the attack, playing Adriana Nikolova. So 3 out of the 4 of these players are women. I kind of liked knight up here to try to, I would even sack the knight to try to get in here. But you could just knight takes bishop and then vacate this square for a diagonal. Although I guess the knight defends it a little bit. So both strong players. Adriana definitely stronger than Heavenly Fraction, but both strong chess players. We're going to see a lot of chess going on the left board. Ooh, so a diagonal is very good for plot and pawn. I think plot and pawn should wait here for a little bit of feed. I would take this for sure. Why not take this bishop? Because if the knight takes back, you get to take here. I think that was a missed opportunity. Oh, okay. Now a pawn is crushing. Okay, so that's mate for Heavenly Fraction. I guess that's why I took the rook. They are up 10 seconds. So that is game over. And really, Adriana ought to resign and move on to the next game. What is move? This is an arena. The more games you get in, the better. Just take this pawn. Or bishop takes pawn. They're both good. Queen takes pawn. Or you could... Oh, by the way, you gotta watch out for a knight here if you ever run out of checks. But you should never run out of checks. This is mate in 1. So mate in 1 on both boards. I Big Spot maybe didn't do the partnership correctly. I haven't run into that problem lately. All right, we'll watch one more Heavenly Fraction game, and then we'll move on to another team. But by the way, this is one of the problems in the setup of the tournament. Mikey San has already qualified, and he's playing with a different partner to qualify with another partner, which I think is insane and should not be allowed. But I'm not in charge of running this tournament. I'm just one of many organizers. So, I mean, Mikey San, if he chooses not to play with this partner, even if he qualifies with this guy, then he's influencing what other people qualify to play against him, which is crazy. Mikey San is also a streamer, by the way. I don't think he's streaming right now, but he streamed a lot of Bughouse in the past. Ooh, I don't like that. That gives up the knight. Okay. Didn't take the knight for some reason. I would play maybe bishop takes bishop to threaten something on e2. But, I mean, right now another knight just mates immediately. Maybe plot and pawn is waiting for a knight. But, I mean, this pawn is pinned. Bishop takes bishop, and if you take back, then even like a pawn here like wins a lot of pieces. I think Heavenly Fraction trying to go after a knight so that her partner can just win immediately. Or maybe trying to win herself. Mikey-san knows not to give the knight, but in the process going to have to give up a lot of material. This rook. In this situation, if I were plotting pawn, I would wait one move, let partner pick up the rook, and I still think bishop takes bishop is a fantastic move. All right, let's watch the Joanna Tries team, and we're gonna unfollow Heavenly Fraction so we don't accidentally start games there. Ferrari Fan and Lock and Key qualified for a previous tournament and went very far. I think they finished like third or fourth, either, I think last year. So this is a pretty strong team they're playing. So Pepe Chessable is Pepe Lu. Joanna Tries is streaming as Joanna Tries. Both streamers. They met on Twitch, got married. Pepe moved from Spain to the US. And Pepe plays a lot of Crazy House. So very strong at Crazy House. Joanna Tries also really enjoys Crazy House and Bughouse. Not as strong a player as Pepe, but more enthusiastic than Pepe for sure. I would sack this queen without hesitation. I think you just go to F1 as your knight covers this. Oh, okay, that's even better. Much better move. I'm dumb. Knight takes much better. You do have to worry. There is a mate here. Queen check, then rook in. Because the bishop guards too. So Pepe needs to mate. They are up time. Joanna Tries should not move. To just let Pepe win. Oh, I would have taken the rook there. Pepe does not have much ammunition to win here. I would have brought the rook back. Okay, they've resigned it. See the next one. Big Money Burp was playing in the previous tournament. I forget whether he qualified or not. Yeah, big splat. Heavenly had a few ways to win that night in the earlier game. But her partner didn't even need the knight, so I still would have played that differently on both their ends. So Joanna Tries is attacking, but is a little bit vulnerable here. So queen mates for Joanna. Okay, not anymore. Joanna Tries needs to keep moving. I like this bishop move. Tempo's the queen. Bishop takes bishop seems reasonable here. Knight check could also be good. But bishop takes bishop is better. See, that just loses a bishop. Yeah, I think Joanna's main problem in Bughouse and Crazy House is she likes attacking and she just throws pieces at her opponent. And in the process, she loses pawns and pieces. So her opponent's like slowly grind her down. The queen takes pawn is perfectly fine. But she doesn't want to give up her attack. So Joanna is overly aggressive. Is pawn takes and king takes maybe? Oh, that king is maybe going out too far. Knight check. Demi's gonna win this one. That's a terrible move. He could trade the queens and promote, but he's worried about his partner. So another knight with mate Joanna tries. Oh, Pepe's knight mates knight here. Let's mate immediately. That is not mate. Knight check, but that mates her partner. Yeah, Pepe missed mate here. He can have another chance. He can bring this bishop back and then knight check again. So Pepe still has mate. He's down time. He's got to find it. So Big Money Burp asked his partner to make a draw because he knows he's mated. And they made the draw. Oh, we get a rematch. Yeah, PKR. Did not take Pepe's blundered bishop. See, Pepe knows that Joanna is a little bit slower. So I think Pepe is trying to pre-move like practically every move. And so his move quality is not going to be as good as a result. Why do people match me at chess? It's so obnoxious. Alright, we're blocking this guy. Okay, knight mates for Joanna tries. A new knight. Up about 3 seconds. And now there's a knight on the board. So I don't think Ferrari fan realizes that a knight mates. So is there another way of doing this? If you could defend this guy more, then you could also get a knight in here. I haven't seen communication in the chat from Lock and Key about the problem. So you could bring this queen back. You still have the threat. Now they're up 15 seconds. This knight is forced. So Lock and Key needs to fix the problem. So take that 2 different ways. Okay. So Joanna no longer has the mate threat. But still has a decent position. I would take this. Oh, I would have taken the bishop first, for sure. Okay, Pepe ended up maiden. Alright, let's watch another team. So we're gonna undo this game. So let's see. Bug Chess and SK Rouse, they're up to like 2050 each. I'll just look at the stand-ins here. 918 Evo, I see him in the pool a lot. And he's on a big streak. In fact, yeah, let's watch him. He's playing against Mikey San. Mikey San has... That's not the same partner he had before. Does Mikey San just have a random partner in this tournament? Maybe he's just soloing it. That's weird. Pepe is always the fast one. Yeah. He does a good job. Okay, so Mikey San's gonna time out here. So 918 Evo partnered Less Nerd. And they're both slightly over 2000. Probably started off in the 1900s. So we're about 40 minutes into the tournament at this point. Oh, and they're playing Joanna Tries and Pepe. We get to see both of them. Oh, that's a free piece. So Pepe Lu just shedded a piece in order to pre-move faster. Pepe attacking F2. Why do people match me at chess? Stop it, you fucking morons. Alright, that's another block. Yeah, no, Pepe's a great player, for sure. 918 Evo, about 5 seconds, maybe 4 seconds. So not going to give Pepe the piece he wants. Pepe needs to find a plan. What could that plan be? Maybe bishop here, you could pile up on h3. I guess if something lands on f2 though, then that stops threats. So maybe bishop on g3 to threaten knight here. I guess, okay, he decided, okay, I don't know why queen takes knight didn't happen. I can push this pawn. Okay, he's going to put a new pawn in to not give the diagonal. That's fine. Okay, like Pepe's position. Queen takes pawn. Get in there. That I don't like. I don't like this move at all. I would have taken this pawn in a heartbeat. Well, Pepe seems to be switching to defense. Joanna tries instant trouble here. New knight in here. Could spell trouble. Knight could come here and the fourth knight would mate. Actually, or knight just comes here. Knight check. You can threaten knight here. I think this just wins. So if either direction, knight here is mate. Yeah, knight check is mate. Alright, we'll watch one more game with 918 Evo, then we'll switch to other. Oh, well. This This bishop took a lot of pieces. So deviant 17 looks like did some pre-moving, lost some pieces as a result. I like that. Guards the knight. Okay. So, like, a few trades are good here. You could try just pawn check, followed by, like, rook in. Don't like that as much. Maybe he wants to get the queen in. But, I mean, this allows... Oh. No, I guess the king will be here, so... Yeah, this allows the queen to help defend. I don't understand that move at all. Now rook in is really good. Rook check, followed by queen up here. Gotta be mate. Even if it's not mate, you can take the knight. Okay, move order's different, but same result. Alright, let's find someone else to watch. Let's watch the leaders. So the leader's on a 20-game streak. They're playing Heavenly Fraction. You see her again. Where is Heavenly Fraction currently? Oh, this is the number 1 and the number 2. But the number 1 is on 77 points, 77 arena points. Number 2 is on 44 arena points. So big disparity. Again, the top 4 teams progress. So both these teams are in good positions. It's time for Heavenly Fraction to attack. I think she can have a pretty good attack here. Bottom pawn should be safe on h2. Oh, okay. Pawn check, I guess. Then maybe knight in. Okay, there has to be mate here. I would consider knight at h4. I'm sorry, knight at h3 check. Just because then if pawn takes... Yeah, this is not as good. You don't get to do things with initiative. Knight at h3 first, and then if pawn takes, it would have been like clear win. So rook wins for Heavenly Fraction. If Heavenly Fraction does not get feed here, then she is pretty dead. Look at all this material Bug Chess has. Oh, that's mate. Rook check is mate. So Heavenly Fraction going for broke. Another opportunity. Again, that's a missed opportunity. Should have played knight here earlier. Okay. What? Yeah, so bishop would mate, but there's no bishop in sight. Let's see, 2 pawns would mate. Yeah, with some more precise play, Heavenly Fraction could have won that for sure. Alright, Bug Chess still on his streak. Ooh, and that sack, well timed with queens landed. Whoa, that was mate immediately. Still gonna be mate, now pawn mates. Or knight. There's the pawn. Pawn check, queen in. King up here, and pawn up is mate. That works too. Yeah, PKR. I enjoy commentating myself, but yeah, that's part of the reason that I don't play is I know I would never have any chance in the open section, and I would never qualify for the challenger section. So, better to commentate than to just certainly lose. Hey Z-Love, thanks for watching. Yeah, this is Bughouse World Championships. We're watching some qualifier arenas. Bug chess on the attack. That's the threat. Didn't see the threat, mate. That's, I guess, not quite mate, but it's pretty good. Knight would win a queen. Rook plus knight would mate. Okay, if he gets a knight now, it's mate, because we deflect the rook, and then knight in here. And there it is. So either order works. And he finds it. All right, let's watch another team. All right, let's see. Who have we not seen yet? Just checking everyone who's playing here. But yeah, Mikey Sands clearly does not have like the same partner. Oh, let's check out Alex Su and the Jersh. Oh, and they're playing Heavenly Fraction. Okay. So Alex Su and the Jersh, they're friends of Mikey San. They're fairly quick players. I like Bishop check here. So one thing to notice from a few moves ago is sometimes it's not good to check immediately next to it when you have a knight that can jump in and you want to leave a vacant square for your knight. So bishop check back here instead of up here. And then either they drop a pawn, you pick up a free pawn, or they move their king and your knight can jump in. Anyway, Alex Su and the Jersh played, I think, the previous two Bughouse World Championships. And they played in the group stage. I think they progressed out of the group stage in both times and didn't do so well in the ladder. But they're very enthusiastic about Bughouse. They play a lot, especially together. So I'm sure they have good communication. These dark squares very weak. Pawn should land one of these places. Maybe he's waiting for a knight to win the queen. He has asked for a knight to win the queen. And there's the knight. But one thing to note about Alex Su is when the knight landed here to win the queen, he immediately took it. He did not hesitate. So there's a lot of people who are just so fearful of losing their queen that, like, you're going to lose the queen anyway. So if you're going to lose the queen, might as well lose it fast rather than slowly. Don't waste time. Okay, bishop check, pick up the pawn could be good. just to get more defenders on. Okay, he's considering a knight check instead. I would strongly consider sacking queen here. I would sack queen and then castle. Then you have two open files. You could also consider sacking queen and then knight check and try to mate. But I think castling is probably the safer option. Oh, a pawn mates for the Jersh. The Jersh is down time. He's not going to be able to mate there. He could consider taking this knight a few times, but he probably doesn't want to vacate this back rank for a queen. He could also just make a development move. He could play knight takes. If bishop takes, he takes back. He's got some control. He could consider, I guess he can't do this because of the knight check. Maybe just bishop takes knight to start off with. And after that, he could grab some other stuff. Bishop takes knight, take the bishop. He has to let go of this pipe dream of maiden because he's down 5 seconds. So let's come up with a plan. Yes, P-Harv, don't let your opponent place 5 pieces to trap your queen while you have no development. Good plan. Now he's got himself in a pickle because he didn't take the knight. Maybe just rook over. If he moves this rook up, a queen's gonna land on h1. Oh, wow. He cheats to mate. Not yet, but soon. Well, good job by the Jersh. Okay, but... Oh, pawn check. Okay, that's mate, and their time is so close. Oh, it's 0.1 seconds. I think they have to sit this down. On both boards. Time is too close. So you're burning like 2 minutes of the tournament, but you gotta. My thinks he's down, so he's asking, should I resign? And if the clocks are accurate, they are down by 0.1 seconds. Well, at 0.1, like the move takes 0.1, even if it's a pre-move. So it's just so close. They've chosen to resign, move on to the next game. This is the type of situation where if you were allowed to offer a draw, I would offer a draw. This seems like a draw situation. Doesn't get any closer. Yeah, great job to all the players there making that happen. Alex Su has good development. Jersh has good development. Oh, I wouldn't have given up this pawn. I would have taken with knight instead. But a pawn check is good here. If knight takes, you snag the queen. Pawn takes. Knight takes. I don't know why he gave up this knight, but okay. You could bring the rook around, you could castle. Okay. Knight takes pawn was good there. Knight takes pawn, good here. Grab that. You want to get more pieces on the board if you're the Jersh. You see you have the stockpiles. Maybe just throw in a bishop check. Bishop here could have been good as well. No pawn takes. I like the Jersh's position. Again, Mikey-san has another partner, so he's just in the pool, which I just don't think should be allowed. This is ridiculous. So you could just drop another bishop here to guard. F4, F5 is a funny move. As if en passant, and your rook guards. You could also just take this, because if queen takes, you have knight check. Take this bishop. I like knight here a little better because it's looking at this square. Okay, let's just take the rook. The rook is a thorn in your side. If he takes back this way, you have fork. Get another piece for your partner. Okay, this attacks and defends. It's fine. I still think this is a missed opportunity to get rid of the rook. But he's laser focused on the king. The problem when you're laser focused on the king is sometimes you're not feeding your partner pieces when you should be. Let's grab the rook. Knight takes, and then no matter what takes, you could throw in a knight in afterwards. Knight takes rook is just the obvious move. And he finds it. Okay, new knight in. Pretty crushing. Take the queen. You can probably just take the rook. But he might be waiting for pawn to keep initiative. I would just take the rook though. I hate this move. I just take. Why would you hang a bishop for nothing? Okay, I guess he's in just pre-move mode where he's gonna hang all of his pieces to gain 0.1 seconds. But Mikey-san is pretty fast, so you're gonna lose that race. Pawn check, knight check is mate for Mikey-san. Oh, okay. Mikey-san walks into checkmate. That did not end the way I thought it would. Alright, let's find someone else to watch. I don't think we've looked at this team before. Okay, so here we have another example that annoys me. Ovi Diak has already qualified. He qualified arena number 1. He played in arena number 2, even though he'd already qualified. And now he's playing in arena number 3. So I don't understand why he's playing after he's already qualified. But again, the rules are unclear, and other people I've talked to think that this should be allowed, so maybe they were purposely unclear. I don't know. I think that there's just the possibility for massive manipulation to benefit your team if you can play in arenas after you've already qualified, because that lets you choose who your opponents are going to be. Oh, am I wrong about that? Okay, so maybe I am wrong. Fifth individual or fifth team? Because I mean the top 8 players would be the top teams. The team, okay. Anyway, Ovidiak is in the random pool all the time, so he's a very strong player. I like his development. Get that King's Bishop out. Yeah, decent development here. His partner needs to get this King's Bishop out. So in this situation where you have a knight here, if you have a pawn in hand, I would consider sacking. Like, knight takes pawn, and then you get the king out, and you can drop the pawn and immediately win the piece back. So it's not even a sack, and you get the king in a bad position. But this guy's in 1000, so I don't expect him to find the best moves. I would just drop like a bishop here, target the knight, get a little safer. Okay, maybe he's going for like a fianchetto situation. I like targeting f6 here. If king over, rook mates. Rook is unlikely to come this soon into the game, but they are down a ton of time, so it very well might come. Again, you gotta do something. You either take it or you move over. There's an expression, poop or get off the pot. You gotta make a decision. Any decision is better than indecision. So it's just giving him more and more uptime. What I always tell my partners is the slower you move, the more pieces they get. So when you're getting attacked, you should not move super slowly. You move as fast as is practical to make decent moves. As time is a part of the game. So him waiting this time does not make his position better. It makes it substantially worse. Every like 5 or 10 seconds is another piece that your opponent is going to get to mate you with. So why would you ever sit like this? Okay, they're playing Heavenly Fraction, Blood and Pawn. I like the development from Ovidia. I would have liked this bishop better on h4 because it would have guarded f2. So sometimes, a lot of times people will look for like the, they'll place a piece immediately next to the piece they're trying to attack. And you don't need to do that. You can place it further away. And one of two things can happen. Either they drop a pawn and then you win a pawn, moving to where you could have moved it anyway, or you're left on a better square where you're defending f2. F2 is a bit weak. Okay, pawn and pawn is a pawn grabber though. This pawn can fall, or we can come back here. And we're still guarding this pawn here, far away. Okay, now that's not guarded. We could take that, but that gives him the rook file, so I would not. I hate this move. It's pretty terrible. Now he gets the rook file, and they were even trades. And that's mate. No, it's not mate, because queen guards. It's still a good situation, though. I'm trying to get that queen out of there. You can take that. You could even castle. Okay, offer and a queen trade. Plot and pawn. Hanging on for dear life. Over Diak, looking to liquidate some pieces. So this is also a useful defensive move. You can take this pawn and then do this type of thing. Oh, okay. Heavenly Fraction mated. Let's watch someone else. We're gonna watch top team here, Bug Chess. So these guys, this team is already up to like 2100. Attacking the queen in the corner. And we could attack that more. Okay, chose not to. I guess SK Russ just wants to partner to chess. I don't know if Bug Chess can win this chess game though. I don't really understand why SK Russ is not moving. This baffles me. Okay, I guess it was just a flag strategy. These guys have some good speed. Like pawn at g5 if king takes. I would just take that, yeah. Now I would tell my partner to stall. I think they should use some of their time advantage here to unwind these problems. Okay, new bishop in, be good. New bishop at h6. Don't like that move. I think bishop here was much better. It defends the pawn, defends this bishop. Now Bug Chess has problems. He should definitely be stalling here. So this queen is under attack. I would take this one. Don't like that. That's really terrible, actually. Queen here. And the queen, although then knight here would win. I think you just liquidate this pawn. That's scary. Now we're rookmates. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity for this team. I think they could have won it. Alright, we're about 15 minutes left. Right now, top 4 teams are Bug Chess and SK Russ, Heavenly Fraction, Plot and Pawn, Over Diak, Myhandre, Lesnar 98 Evo. Chess Maha is pretty close though. Let's look at Ferrari Fan and Lock and Key. Ferrari Fan and Lock and Key are likely to even if they don't win this arena, if they keep playing other arenas, they're likely to qualify. Because we have a lot of arenas to go. So time is not on Ferrari fan's side. If he was up time, then a pawn would be pretty crushing. But downtime, gotta worry about getting mated here or losing all these pieces. A pretty hard threat to stop when you have no pieces in hand. So this game is over. They're up 2 seconds. This is a pre-movable threat. Okay, now they're lock and key and Ferrari fan versus Joanna Tries and Pepe. Ferrari fan needs to develop some of these pieces. Oh, I would have taken the free bishop for sure. No hesitation. That's a free bishop. Why did we not take free bishops? Or you could hang a knight. Another option. Bishops move backwards. Could have won a queen there. This bishop should not exist. It should have been taken for free a long time ago. So if rook over, you could even push the pawn. Make some threats. Sack is possible. Oh, wow. Letting him promote. And that actually guards. This is guarded. Okay. There could be a mate threat potentially with the rook. You have only one legal move, so you might as well do it. Rook mates. And they are up time. I think this is a good time to sit. Because Ferrari fan is in trouble. Ferrari fan has a lot of pieces which he would like to place on the board. So if I'm lock and key, I stall. I mean, you do have a move with bishop check, but it's better, instead of liquidating the position, just keep the threats. Oh, that knight threat. I didn't even see that knight threat. It's a nice threat. So mate with the knight. We have 10 minutes left in the arena here. Brain Thinker is almost 2,000. And his partner, I'm assuming, is higher rated, though they might be showing me the lower board on the left for some reason. Knight check. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. Knight check, and if he takes, then that's a lady. Ferrari fan could offer a queen trade. Probably benefits his partner. I would sack this queen for sure. Sack queen, then maybe bishop at b6. Why did he not sack the queen? Don't understand. Alright, well that queen mates for his partner immediately. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys actually are on a streak, so they could make it in. Again, Mikey-san with a different partner, I think should not at all be allowed. Destroys the integrity of the tournament, but what are you gonna do? I am in the minority for caring about the integrity of the tournament. Maybe rook check here. Then he could pick up the bishop. Okay. Bring that knight in. Okay. Bishop check here leads to mate. This also leads to mate. Alright, let's look at someone else. Oh, they're playing Heavenly Fraction. That could have been a good game, I guess. Well, yeah, let's look at that game. Lock and Key and Ferrari Fan versus Heavenly Fraction, Plot and Prawn. If I'm Plot and Pawn, I try to take some of these files. Not sure what I guess you're attacking this pawn. Oh, it worked out. Didn't defend. I would take this pawn now. Another free pawn. Take that, and then take the pawn. Again, I don't understand why we're not taking... Yeah, you don't want to give that bishop up, though. So that's wrong move order. Okay, this is mate for Heavenly Fraction. Alright, we are going to get out of this game. Let's watch someone... Oh, actually... Okay. Astrid, Meg, and Mai are on the bubble qualified. Let's take this. At this point, 5 minutes left. So yeah, this game is going to complete. The game after this, people need to take into account aborts. So they might wait it out even if they're losing. Oh, queen. Gonna mate here. Oh, that was a bad communication. They could force a queen. Bishop mates. A lot of missed opportunities here. You can take this bishop, I guess. Maybe push the pawn. Or you take. Oh, that wins the queen. You could just take the rook. But you have to be worried about this diagonal cheese. So the top players are down on time. If they were up on time, this would be an easy win. Just a few diagonals, mate. I think you have to take that. It's going to be mate, but you can eat a few pieces. Okay, that's mate for my. And they are up time. Oh, this is a very good game to watch because I think both of these teams are near the bubble. So this may determine fourth place. And how much time do we have left? We have 2 minutes left. So this game may not finish. It may abort. But we'll see. That can just be taken. Oh, I would consider pawn check here. Pawn check is a fun move because if queen takes, then you can take. King takes, then you can attack it some more. That was a missed opportunity. Oh, the free knight. Okay, so pawns are good here. Okay, he's going to use the bishop to win a queen. Queen trade on offer would definitely benefit the player attacking. The chess Maha should be dead, but may be able to wait it out for an abort. I would just throw a queen in here. Queen at d6. The extra piece is going to help your partner attack. The queen is not going to hurt him. Yeah, king up is best, for sure. Just eat all that. And the game was aborted. Arena's over. Okay. So, first place, Bug Chess and SK Russ. Second place, Heavenly Fraction and Plot and Pawn. Oh, by the way, Bug Chess and SK Russ with 157 tournament points, 40 game streak. And their ratings are both now around 2100. So, I mean, these guys probably should not be in the challenger section. Heavenly Fraction and Plot and Pawn, 84 points. Ovidiak and Myhandre in third place with 68 points. 918 Evo and Les Nerd in fourth place with 66 points. And some honorable mentions, we have Ostromeg and Mai in 5th place, Chess Maha and Na Misora in 6th place, Ferrari Fan Lock and Key in 7th place, Vlad and Banova in, what is that, like 9th place, Pepe and Joanna in, this is in 11th place, Mikey San on his own, just in the tournament mucking it up, 12th place. 40 wins, 40 games, yeah. It's ridiculous. The way we're doing it this year is, instead of looking at ratings to figure out where people belong by looking at the history of their rating, we just look at their current rating. And if their current rating is under 2,000, they're in Challenger. If over 2,000, then they are in Open. So these guys were like slightly less than 2,000 when they joined the club, and now they are well over 2,100, or well over 2,000 at 2,100. So yeah, basically the organizers are not putting effort into vetting people. They're just making it easy to determine who's under and who's over just by looking at current rating. But that opens the door to massive abuse, which is, I think, what we're seeing here. I completely agree, Darvak. Last year's format was way better, but there was a significant amount of organizer work because what we did last year is we looked at 4 data points. So I think we looked at, we would pull up someone's username, we would look at their rating as of a certain date, we would look at their rating 6 months before that, we would look at their best rating they had achieved, and we'd look at their current rating whenever it was, and we would average them all together. So you were much less likely to have someone who had rating manipulated. Also, I don't think there's any checks for alt accounts, which again is ridiculous. Yeah, there may be massive rating manipulation here, but some of the people who did a lot of those rating checks are not involved in organizing anymore, and the existing organizers didn't want to do all that work. Yeah, Bug Chess only play Bughouse. Definitely do. If it's up to me, I would immediately disqualify these guys. But I am not the only one making the decisions. It seems super lax. Yeah, not only would I kick him from the tournament, like I would have the admins look at this username and see if he should be kicked out for cheating. And by the way, these guys are both from Belgium. I don't know. This might be. There's some well-known Belgian Bughouse players like Drinka from Fix. So who should be like 2,300. So maybe one of them. I don't know. This is Belgium, right? Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to those who qualified. And there's a lot of arenas left. So the people who did not qualify, like the next, 8 teams after that can easily qualify in another arena. This is arena number 3. We're gonna have 8 arenas. So another thing that annoys me a lot is, for some reason, people like Mikey-san, who've already qualified, are permitted to keep playing in these arenas, which just frustrates the people still trying to qualify. But it would be a lot clearer if we would just kick Mikey-san and people like him out of the club, that they can't play in future arenas, and then we could just look at the top 4 teams to determine who will qualify. And in theory, the way it should work, if we actually kicked out people once they qualified, is there would be less and less of these top teams playing, and it would be easier and easier for the lower rated people to qualify if they keep playing in arenas. That's how it should work. How it will work, I don't know for sure. Anyway, let's see who is still streaming. Is Joanna Tries gonna keep? Joanna Tries and Adriana, are they gonna keep playing Bughouse? If so, we should raid one of them. By the way, Chess Heroes is streaming right now, but he's not. He was not playing in the Bughouse tournament, which was a little bit weird. Looks like Adriana is not currently looking at Bughouse, and Joanna has a be right back message. Sometimes Joanna doesn't allow raids. Let me see if Joanna allows raids. PKR, I disagree about Swiss. I think arenas are much, much better. Both they're more fun. You get to watch more games. They give you a better end result of who is the better player. A Swiss, just like one or two bad games and your whole tournament is shot. You can easily recover in the arena format. Arenas are just way better overall. So I like the arenas. I just don't like the lax enforcement. Alright, we're going to send you guys to Joanna Tries, who is one of the people competing here. She was partnered to Pepe Lu. I think they finished 10th. If they continue to play in these arenas, they will probably qualify in a future arena. They're a pretty strong team. Joanna Tries, super enthusiastic about Bughouse and Crazy House. She plays a lot of Crazy House on Lee Chess. So definitely drop her a follow and watch her streams. And if you like Bughouse and are looking for a partner, just tell her in her chat that you want to partner her. And I think she's usually down to find Bughouse partners. PKR, I don't think that's true at all. It's not about lucky parents because this is a long, long arena. It would be lucky parents if this was like a half-hour arena. This is an hour and a half. So you may be lucky for a small period of time, but it all balances out. It does reward being fast, but being fast is part of the game of Bughouse. All right, I hope you all have a great day. I'm going to be streaming again later tonight at my usual time. Bye, everyone.